It's December 31st, 2024, and it's time to wrap up this year. And the way we're going to do that on this episode is Spotify does a thing called 2024 Wrapped. And it basically gives me and any Spotify creator the opportunity to see their stats, see how they've done over the year. And it's a cool thing. And stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Thank you, as always, for being a part of this podcast. And, I always say thank you to my sponsors and introduce them. So let's do that real quick. Griner Auto Body of Washington, Iowa, using state-of-the-art techniques and decades of experience to get your car back on the road after an accident. Car Doctor of Washington, Iowa, no matter who Frankensteined it, they can fix and clean and customize it. McDonald Boneyard of Keota, Iowa, for all of your farm equipment and auto recycling needs. Hinshaw Trailer Sales of Richland, Iowa. You need a trailer. They've got your trailer, and they fix what they sell and don't in their full-time repair shop. Gerling Repair of Winfield, Iowa. If your mower is dead, call Fred, your Husqvarna, Aaron's, and Gravely dealer. Fred also fixes and sells snowblowers. B&B Propane and the family of Jet Stops present Southeast Iowa Today. I'm John Bain, author of Christie's Journey, The Beat Goes On, and your host. Let's see what Spotify has to say. We'll get some of this stuff up on the screen so that you can see it too. And it says that 63% of my listeners discovered this podcast this year. Well, not only are they listeners, but they're viewers as well. So that's pretty cool. So I've had some growth this year. And let's see what else we've got here. It says, ever wonder who your audience is? I wonder that all the time. Sometimes I know because I run into you and you tell me what you've seen. And sometimes you leave comments. And remember, when you leave comments, also remember to give this episode a like. Make sure to follow and subscribe. It's free. And let's see who that audience is. We'll put it up on the screen right now. Listeners by age, 18 to 24-year-olds. That's 7% of my audience. 30 to 34-year-olds, 5% of my audience. 55 plus, 44% of my audience. And, that's awesome because I'm a 55 pluser myself. So I appreciate that you folks are watching and listening. Let's see what else they've got on here. It says listeners can't keep their eyes off you. Well, if that's the case, they must need glasses. But let's see what they mean by that. Your show was in the top 20% of video podcasts on Spotify. To me, that's pretty incredible, folks, because Spotify has hundreds of video podcasts on it. Their most famous is Joe Rogan. And obviously there's somebody in the 80% that's less famous than this podcast. But anyway, it wouldn't happen if I didn't have you folks watching these podcasts every week, whether you watch on Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, if you listen on TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Podbeam, I think is another. There's just tons of platforms where you can find this program. So wherever you watch it from, thank you very much. What else do we got on here that's kind of cool? Video consumption. So people either watch my podcast or they listen to it. 70% of the audience is watching the actual videos. So, and 30% obviously is listening. So that wraps up the stats on that. But I've got more stats. I'm going to take a quick break right here, and then we'll come back with some more. Just want to take a quick break here. I'm snug as a bug in a rug next to Frosty in my Southeast Iowa Today with John Bain blanket. I'll tell you what, it's like I don't know if you call it a fleece or what you call it, but it is darn soft and warm at the same time. And the reason I'm sharing this with you is Christmas is coming, the holidays. This is your favorite podcast. You should tell people about it. I've got t-shirts available. Got this neat blanket. Your favorite beverage tastes even better when it's in a Southeast Iowa Today coffee mug. And on the back, it says, "Stay friendly, Southeast Iowa." And got the tumblers. Things your favorite drink stays cold or hot in that. And something to put on the Christmas tree. Southeast Iowa Today with giant Bain ornament. And on the back, "Stay friendly, Southeast Iowa." It's all on the website that I'm putting right here. Here's the address. It'll also be in the comments as a link. So check us out. Get some Southeast Iowa Today merchandise. Thank you for watching, and stay friendly, Southeast Iowa. Thanks for sticking around after that quick break. Another neat thing from Spotify, it says, "Fans were really loving your show in 2024. Check this out. Up 35% in followers." So 35% growth is pretty incredible on anything. So thank you for that. And also, I want to show you that not only do we have the growth of 35%, where are the people watching us at? And let me just find some more stats to put here up on the screen. And we'll go first to Iowa towns. Check this out. And we got to give a shout out to Wayland, Iowa. 24% of the audience in Iowa comes from Wayland, Iowa. Eldridge is at 19%, Washington 12%, Davenport 7%, Mount Pleasant 5%, Bettendorf 3%, Cedar Rapids 3%, Kelowna 3%. They're watching on Spotify, and they're listening on iHeartRadio and Apple Podcasts. Some just go from their web browser. Some go from Amazon Music and TuneIn. So that is incredible, and I really, really thank you for that. What's really crazy too is I've got a lot of countries across the world that watch this podcast as well, and I'm trying to call all that up here. Give me a second, and we'll show you that. Check out all of these countries. This is Spotify information right here. Check out all the countries that people watch Southeast Iowa Today with John Bain on. Let's go to the graphic here. United States, 97% of my audience on Spotify are in the United States. Less than 1% in the United Kingdom, but Portugal, India, Canada, Singapore, Israel, Australia, and there's more. Let's get the next graphic up here. Let's see. Sweden, Mexico, Germany, Russia, the Bahamas, and Malta. I mean, that's pretty incredible. And it also transfers over to YouTube. Let's go look at the YouTube information as well. YouTube, where are you? Here we go. United States, Canada, United Kingdom, India, Australia, Philippines, South Africa, Malaysia, New Zealand, Italy, Germany, Netherlands. They're all watching this podcast from those places. France, Singapore, Trinidad and Tobago, United Arab Emirates, Brazil, Nigeria, Thailand, Indonesia, Kenya, Sweden, Jamaica. It just is incredible. And what's Mauritius? I apologize for my ignorance on how to pronounce that, but it's just incredible. The audience that does tune in, and as I said before, I couldn't do this if I didn't have an audience tuning in, because you'd lose steam. You know, you've got to, when you're putting a podcast together, consistency is key, content is king, and you've got to do those every week, in and out of every week. And you hope that what you're bringing to the folks resonates with them and they watch it, and they watch it more than once, share it with your friends. That's great too. I just really, really do appreciate the audience, you. Not the audience, you, the audience, because you're actual people. You're out there watching and you're tuning in. Going to do lots of things in 2025, and we're going to keep the momentum going, because if you rest on your laurels, you guys get tired. You'll be like, well, he's not doing anything, but we're going to keep doing a lot, and I'm going to show you just a little bit more right now. Putting this up on the screen, Illinois towns that watch, and I want to say hello to Galva and Kewanee, Chicago, Palestine, Moline, Schaumburg, Arlington Heights, Mount Prospect, Galesburg, Rockford. Thank you so much for tuning in. It is really appreciated. Well, let's not just stop there. Let's look at Canada towns. Let's check that out. New Brunswick, Ontario, British Columbia. Thank you so much. And if you're watching, wherever you're watching from, folks, please leave a comment and say where you're watching from, and give a shout out so I can do the same to you. I'll definitely respond to that. We've got those comment availability on Spotify as well as YouTube, so check it out. There's another thing I want to show you on YouTube. Let me find that and we'll put that up. Okay, check this out. The last 365 days on YouTube, look at that. 68,442 views in the last 365 days. That is awesome. Now, I actually started this podcast platform on the YouTube side in June of 2023. So let's put up a graphic of what all-time views is on YouTube. Check this out. 99,405 views so far. Watch time hours, 6.6K. So 6,600 watch time hours, 447 subscribers on there. And we just keep growing every day. And the neat thing about it is these podcasts don't go away. They're libraried. They're libraried in YouTube. They're libraried on Spotify, so you can watch them all the time. So that is cool too. So that is 2024 wrapped for this year. This podcast, Southeast Iowa Today with John Bain. And once again, thank you. It isn't worth doing if you're not watching it. So please keep watching it and I'll keep doing it. Thank you again for watching. Happy New Year. Like I said in another podcast, don't worry about New Year's resolutions. They're too hard to keep. Go in baby steps. Change some things that you need to do to make your life better and better for the ones around you. Do it in baby steps. Maybe start it in February or the mid-January leading into February. And then do what the Nike slogan is. Just do it. And you just do a little bit more. Be a little kinder. Hug a little longer. Love your neighbor. Love your family. Love your friends. Spread kindness, where you go. And if we all start doing that, hold a door for somebody when you're walking into a place. Easy things. It's going to make it a lot better place. And if you have ideas for the podcast, things I should be covering, especially in Southeast Iowa, drop me a line in the comments. Send me an email, bainjohnr@gmail.com. There it is right there. So, let's keep in touch. Please keep watching. Thank you for watching. Thanks to my sponsors, Griner Auto Body, Car Doctor, McDonald Boneyard, Hinshaw Trailer Sales, Girling Repair, B&B Propane, and the family of Jet Stops. I'm your host, John Bain. Happy New Year and stay friendly, Southeast Iowa.